soldier named Harry Haywood returned home to find himself immersed in another war in his own country. During the Red Summer of 1919, two soldiers were killed during a riot in Chicago. Harry met with fellow veterans, and they all decided to arm themselves. The war had changed them. Some veterans, upon returning home, resisted homegrown racism on their own shores, and they were ready to fight white supremacy. Even President Woodrow Wilson failed to advocate for the civil rights of the black veterans. During the war, black soldiers were placed in segregated units. One exception was the 93rd Combat Division, which was assigned to the French military. The 93rd received high praise from the French and blacks back home. However, upon their return to America, it meant nothing to the whites. The veterans' resentment often expressed through their migration to the North. Their involvement in other organizations and their writings, black veterans used newspapers and journals to chronicle their wartime experiences. And they also joined various organizations who shared their values. In Chicago, a black teenager named Eugene Williams crossed the line of a segregated beach on Lake Michigan on a raft. An angry white mob began throwing rocks at him. Eugene slipped off his raft and drowned. This was the beginning of a race riot. Black witnesses wanted the whites to be arrested, but the police refused. So the black folks began raising hell, and an all-out brawl kicked off, spreading from the beach to all across the city. Many black rioters were arrested, while white folks were let off the hook. The militia needed to be called in. Over 1,000 black families lost their homes because white folks burnt them to the ground. In Elaine, Arkansas, the soldiers was coming back from World War I. Over 300,000 blacks had enlisted. A man named Robert Hill started a union for sharecroppers and fought for fair payment. During one of their meetings, the group was threatened by a bunch of angry whites. One of the men exchanged gunfire, leaving a white man for dead. After that, there was a fear of a black uprising. The town of Elaine quickly spreaded the news of a black sharecropping rebellion, and they wanted blood. The word was, the town is under attack, and the blacks are coming. The next day, mobs of angry white men hit the streets, looking to murder. The white men burned down homes and killed anything black. Anything in sight that was black was getting murdered, including women and children. They were even cutting off fingers, hands, and feet for souvenirs. Governor Charles Brough sent in over 500 soldiers from the U.S. Army. Once the troops arrived, all the blacks that were hiding came out for rescue, and the troops filled all of them with bullets. Most of the ones who did survive were sentenced to death by electric chair. In Jenkins County, Georgia, a man named Edmund Scott was arrested on a gun charge. The community was trying to bail him out, but the officers sold him cash only, no checks. A man who they called Mr. Ruffin pulled one of the officers to the side to have a word with him, and the officer cracked him over the head with his gun. Mr. Ruffin's son shot the officer and killed him. One officer wounded and the other officer dead. The town was outraged. The town lynched both of Mr. Ruffin's sons. In Omaha, Nebraska, a black man named Will Brown was accused of raping a white woman. During his trial, an angry mob of 10,000 white people showed up to the courthouse and demanded that they hand over the rapist. They set fire to the courthouse, and William Brown was lynched in front of a huge crowd.
All right, Shalom. All right, first and foremost, I'd like to get all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash. I'd like to say double honors to my apostles of great millstone that rule well. There's peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity, fear, diligence, and trembling. All right. This is Shakabar with another lesson, man, about the Red Summer. All right. The Red Summer of 1919 in Chicago. You know, just to let you know that Esau and Jacob always been enemies since birth. All right. So, and our people, you so-called blacks, Latins, and Native Americans, especially you Judites, you so-called Negroes, are the top tribe, man. Okay, are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible, and also the Judites, you know, which is you so-called Negroes, we basically the ones that's you know, taking a hard hit the most, okay? Because, you know, Judah is the top tribe, all right? So the Red Summer of 1919 Chicago, you know, that's been a devastating ongoing race war, and all Chicago always been a segregated city. Cause I'm originally from Chicago, and I've been to schools that's racial. I experienced racism growing up as a kid, living in Chicago, you know, doing grammar school, elementary school. You know, I experienced all that, man. Okay. And this is the reason why I'm coming out with this lesson. And also the curses is also in effect, you know what I'm saying, with Jake. Okay. See, this all about the curses, man. All right. This is the reason why Jake was getting killed off like that. All right. So it all stems back to the curses, man. Okay. And you know the Lord, you know what I'm saying, the Lord used the curses to punish us because basically we disobeyed the Heavenly Father's law, statute, commandments, man. All right. So no further ado, I'm gonna hit these scriptures, and hope you was edified. All right, through the Spirit. So I'm gonna go ahead and just jump to it. All right. I'm gonna go to Deuteronomy. I'm gonna jump to Deuteronomy chapter 28, and I'm gonna start at 15. It say, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. All right. That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. All right. You say, curse shall thou be in the city. So every city that Jake is at, all right, all these cities that was named on this video, that's why our people is cursed at right now to this day, man. All right. In Babylon, aka America, all right. It says, and curse shall thou be in the field, which means the world, man, because we are scattered as a nation. Because everywhere Jake is at, you know what I'm saying, we cursed, all right, as a nation. And that's the reason why the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, you know what I'm saying, is going to lift these curses off of us real soon, man. And it's best to come back to our nationality, okay? So this is the reason why, you know, Jake wanted to be part of, you know, the white man's, you know, army, part of his society, you know what I'm saying? And the Lord is not dealing with that, all right? I'm going to read this again, I'm going to read 15 again. It say, but it shall come to pass, which is now, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord, thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. All right, so we are cursed, you know what I'm saying, in different parts of the city in the USA, man. All right. Verse 19, it says, cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in. So we born cursed. All right. We was born in this world cursed. All right. And cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out. All right. Jake dying cursed. All right. Getting killed cursed. Okay. So this is the punishment from the Lord himself, man. It said the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, shall send upon thee cursing and vexation and rebuke and all that thou saidest, all right, thy hand unto for to do until thou be destroyed, until thou perish quickly because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. All right. See, this is the reason why the Lord got us going through a lot of hell in this place, man. All right, because we are reaping the benefits, you know what I'm saying, of our ancestors, man. Our ancient ancestors back in the biblical time, because they went off. All right, that's why we reaping the punishments of our ancient biblical forefathers, man. Okay. Now I'm gonna look at the word curses. Okay. All right, curses. Where the word curses at? H7045. All right. Quilala means curse, vivification, execration. All right. So curses mean execration, right? So the word execration means to be despised, okay, and be condemned and dishonor. So the curses stem back to being despised as a nation and condemned and being dishonored of all nations, especially Esau. So this is the reason why, you know, the race wars popped off back then. All right. We was at war with Esau back then, man. Okay. So imagine what's gonna be in this time. It's gonna be 10 times worse. All right. So this is the curses that, you know, our people going through right now to this day, man. All right. And then all of a sudden, you know, Esau want to say, that's the past. Forget about it. Woo, woo. The Lord said he required which is past. Okay. I'm just going to quote it. All right. He required which is past, man. All right. So he never forget what Esau did to our people. Period. Okay. Because he was using Esau to punish us. You know. So I'm gonna go to Zechariah. So we hey man, we are pray, man. Okay, I'm gonna go to Zechariah 2 and 8. All right. It says, "For thus said the Lord of hosts, after the glory he hath sent me unto the nations, which spoiled you. For he that touches you touches the apple of his eye." All right. So we are the apple of the Lord's eye, man. Okay. So the Lord, the Lord sent us as a spoil. All right. We are a spoil in Babylon, man. Okay. Our people getting kidnapped, getting hung, lynched, okay, raped. All right. So we are a prey. All right. We are a prey. All right. To the society. All right. It says Zechariah 2 and 8. And also sundown towns. And that goes along with it as well. It says, "For thus said the Lord of hosts, after the glory he hath sent me." All right. He have sent Salakia. "For thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, after the glory have he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you." Okay. So we make self prey. All right. We are a prey unto these other nations and a prey unto these Edomites, man. All right. It says, "Which spoiled you, for he that toucheth you touched the apple of his eye." So the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, we are the apple of his eye, man. All right. So what you think what's gonna happen with Edom? All right. After all the rape, robbing, murder, and lynching, all right, and the castration of our people, man. All right. What you think's gonna happen to them? All right. So we made a spoil. And this hatred been going on since the beginning of time, man. If you read the book of Genesis, that's the beginning. It all starts from there. Okay. Esau and Jacob always been enemies, man, since the womb to the tomb, man. This is Genesis 27, and this is the reason why why people say, "Oh, why is racism between black and white?" I'm gonna tell you why, and this is the reason why. This is Genesis 27, and I'm gonna start at 40. Okay. I'm gonna start at 39, saying, "Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above." Okay. It says, "By thy and by thy sword thou shalt live." And that sword is the modern day gun. Okay. And that modern day gun is the shotgun, the pistol and everything that Esau was given to, the blessing. Okay. It says, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have a dominion, okay, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Okay. And Esau hated Jacob, because Esau and Jacob are fraternal brothers. Esau is a so-called white man. All right. Edom. All right. The white race. Okay. Because y'all come from Esau. All right. And Jacob is the so-called blacks, Latinx, and Native Americans. All right. Israel. All right. Jacob had 12 sons. Out of those 12 sons became 12 patriarchs, man. All right. Which you so-called blacks and Native Americans are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites. All right. It said, and Esau hated Jacob, which they do today, because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, which is his mind, goes back to the Hebrew word lab. All right. The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. And that goes back to that Chicago 1919 Red Summer, race riot, race war. All right. So this was already prophesied, and it's already came to pass, and it's already continued to this day. You got the cop shooting, the police shooting of Jake. Okay. That's why I say the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. Okay. So guess what? Esau, the so-called white man, all right, slaying Jacob, which is your so-called blacks, Latins, and Native Americans, man. To this day, man. This was already written in stone. Okay. It said Esau hated Jacob, which they do. All right. because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. All right. So, hey, because Jacob hate us because we Salakia. Esau hate us because we getting the birthright. We got the birthright, man. All right. We got the kingdom. All right. Forever. All right. Because Jacob took Esau's blessing, man. All right. Because, Esau wanted the blessing from Isaac. But that's why I say Jacob means Yaquab means to supplant, because he supplant Esau for the blessing, finessed him. All right, it's saying Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him, and Esau said in his heart, "The days of mourning for my father at hand, then I will slay my brother Jacob." And you see it right now, man. You see the lynchings, you see the castration, you see the rape. Okay, ever since then, and slavery. All right, since we got on them slave ships, we came over here, and that's the curse from the Lord, man. All right, so we got to go through this hell with this devil, man. All right. I'm gonna go to Obadiah, and all the wickedness that Esau did to our people, man, and they came from World War I. Our people came from World War I. You know what I'm saying? And they were scared because Jake was well trained. All right, trained soldiers from World War I. All right, you know. So and they had the National Guards on their side, the militias. It ain't nothing new under the sun, man. All right, they still gonna have that same old same old same old analogy to this day, man. All right, because Jake gonna get killed in these streets right now by these troops, because this is the beginning of sorrows that we're living in today. Okay, and this is not over with. All right, this is Obadiah 1:10. All right, let me go to Obadiah real quick. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 10. It says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." Okay, the violence, the rape, robbing, murder, the lynchings, the castration, all right, the burning of homes, the burning our people's homes, the execution. Okay, that's the violence against our brother Jacob, man. Because understand this, if you read the book of Genesis 25, the 25th chapter, and the 21, I think, 25 and 19, 21, all the way down, that'll let you know, man, that Jacob and Esau were brothers, man. And we are brothers. That's our evil twin. All right. I'm going to read Obadiah 1:10 again. It says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee." Okay, let's look up the word shame. All right. Passive. Okay. Because Esau going to show passive, man. He's going to cover him, man. All right. He's going to cover Esau. But at the same time, man, Esau hate Jacob, man. All right. Say, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." Okay. So, hey, man, Esau gonna cut off forever, man. Okay. After 1,000 years of servitude, cause he got all he got all he got all he got hey man he got a big old bill to pay, man. All right. He gonna pay big time. Okay. Because of the violence against our brother Jacob, man, and this hatred been going on for years and decades, man. Okay, and a lot of people don't even know about the Chicago and St. Louis and Arkansas, Mississippi, Texas. You know what I'm saying? The lynchings of our people, man, and Esau, be trying his hardest to hide it under the rug, man. That's why that's why the Lord said he's gonna discover thy nakedness, man. And the Lord is discovering his nakedness. That's why we're bringing it out and do prophecy as well, man. All right. He say, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." And that's a future prophecy that's getting ready to happen. Okay. So, hey, man, Esau always had a perpetual hate against us. And I'm gonna go to Ezekiel chapter 35. All right. I'm gonna start at 1. This is Ezekiel 35 and 1. Go up to 1. Say, moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came up to me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. And Mount Seir means hairy or shaggy. All right. And you know, if you look at that land, it's like a hairy mountain. All right. And prophesy against it and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and which and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Okay? And desolate means waste, all right, and devastation. All right. And the Hebrew word shemima, all right, shemama means to be devastation. So the Lord gonna make Esau waste, man. All right, he's gonna make Esau in devastation, and say unto it, verse 3, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. I will stretch out my hand against thee. I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste. And you see America going down. All right, you seeing these infrastructure crumbling. Okay, so the Lord gonna make thy cities waste, man. He gonna send thermonuclear missiles on this place too, man. All right. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Yahweh by Shema Shai. Okay. For all the rape, robbing, murder, and the lynching and the killing and the rape, man. All right, that y'all done to our people, man. The mayhem, the slaughter. And y'all gonna pay big time, man, for that. All right. Verse 5. It says, because thou hast perpetual hatred and hast shed blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity. All right. In the time of our distress. Okay. Our burden. In the time that their iniquity had an end. Okay. So the Lord, man, he basically, you know, he basically putting the curses on the other nations and Esau as well, man. Okay. It says, therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai, power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So what's gonna come to you, what's came to us gonna come to you, man. Okay. So the blood gonna be shedded on you. All right. And 100 years ago, 1919, man, these Edomites is reincarnated on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Got that same wicked spirit, man, that same racist wicked spirit. Okay? They reincarnated and they're on this earth right now. Okay? It said, because thou hast perpetual hatred. All right? And that perpetual hatred, man, they had that long uh um de- they had that long everlasting hatred, man. Okay? That long everlasting hatred towards Jacob, man, towards Israel. All right. Until this day, they still had that long everlasting hatred. They still had a hatred for us. All right. He says, because thou has had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel. All right. And Esau still shedding blood of the children of Israel, man. They still killing. Hey, man, they still lynching. They still hanging out people. It ain't being really televised. It's still police shootings of Jake. All right. All right. That incident happened with Jacob Blake, got shot 7 times, is still going on, man. All right, because thou hast had perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. Okay. That video when they said the troops was gonna rescue Jake and they end up getting shot down with bullets. That was the force by the sword, man. All right, y'all gonna pay for that shit, man. By the force of the sword in the time of their calamity. All right, so when their homes got burnt down, all right, and then the ones that was left alive got the electric chair, man. All right, so Esau going to pay for all the crimes that he committed to our people in the time that their iniquity had an end. Okay. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, saith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So this is a prophecy that's getting ready to happen, man. The blood gonna pursue Esau, man. Okay. That's what's gonna happen. And this been going on, and this been planned for a long time. And they be having secret councils of this. All right? The lynchings. Come on, man. How are people getting lynched and the police ain't doing nothing? All right? And did nothing back then. They all a part of it. The councils, the governors, all these motherfuckers behind this shit. Okay? And I'm gonna go to Psalms. The senates, man, all these government officials all behind it, man. All right. I'm gonna go to Psalms 83 and 1. All right. It says, the song of Psalm, the Asphah, keep not thy silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. All right. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult. Okay. They made a commotion, a boisterous commotion. All right. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. All right. So that was subtle and cunning. All right. In a crafty counsel. All right. It said, and consulted against thy hidden ones. All right. So they devised a plan against us. All right. And this is the reason why all this stuff was happening to us. They devised this plan. All right. And consulted against thy hidden ones. And the hidden ones is Israel. All right. We are the hidden ones, man. Because people don't know we are the chosen people of the Lord, man. All right. It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. What was we was cut off from being a nation? All right. People think we blacks, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Cubans. You know what I'm saying? We was cut off being a nation because of the curses. All right. It say, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. So they paid millions and trillions of dollars to cover this up. All right. They think they teach us in school that we Africans. And this is the reason why our nation was no more remembrance all this time. All right. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. Okay. How they did that? They devised a plan, man. All right. To do this. They devised a plan to hide our nationality. For they have consulted together with one consent, with one mind. They all agreed. Okay. They came together under one mind, man. They all agreed to this. One mindset. Okay. They have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Okay. So they made an agreement, an alliance. All right. To destroy our people, man. The tabernacle of Edom, so-called white people. That's the first thing. That's the first name right there. And the Ishmaelites, which is you Arabs, you know, the ones that own the stores in the hood. All right. And popping our women and shit. And of Moab, you so-called Chinese. Okay. And I grew up on State Street, man. I grew up by Chinatown, man. Okay. We used to get chased home from Moab, man. All right. We used to go to school in the same school as Moab, called Hang School. Okay. We used to get chased by them. All right. We used to get chased by them every Friday. And that day was called the Day of the Dragon, man. The Day of the Dragon was Friday. Because they used to chase us, not all the way home, but by the viaduct, because they couldn't come by the projects because we was going to whoop their ass. Okay? But it's either here or there, man. Of Moab and of the Hagarenes, which was the Africans, Gebal, the other Africans, and Ammon, the Japanese, and Amalek, our main top enemy. And them the ones that set it all up. Okay? The Philistines, Mo Africans, with the inhabitants of Tyre, Mo Africans, and Ashur, which is the Assyrians, is also joined with them. They have Hoping, the children of Lot. All right. So all this was against us, man. Okay. All this despise, all this long deviation, all right, all this perpetual everlasting hatred towards our people. The reason why I came with Psalms 83, because they was all behind that shit. Okay? They was all behind it. And then Edom, you know what I'm saying, the one that orchestrated the race war. They orchestrated this, man. They the ones that started. They the ones that had the crafty counsel against us. All right? The lynchings. You know what I'm saying? It was a law, the lynchings, you know. Before the police, it was called slave patrol, man. Okay? So they allowed this to happen to us, man. Okay? So no further ado, man. You know, I hope y'all was edified. You know, I didn't want to make this video too long. And I'd like to get all praise and glory, honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kakodash. Double honors to my apostles, Great Millstone, they taught us. And peace, salutation to the whole elect. And I hope y'all was edified with this lesson. Shalom.